I just had been on a post today and yesterday. I don't remember the page's name right now, but that's not relevant. And I've also seen it in several other contexts where people are talking about free birth and unassisted birth. And there is a lot of misinterpretation at what those terms actually mean. A lot of people make an assumption that unassisted and free birth are birthing at home without any assistance, without anybody there to support you. Basically, you and your partner and your kids, maybe a mom or a family member, and that's it. Which, yes, it can be. That qualifies as a free birth and an unassisted birth, if that's the way you choose to go. Being alone with just you and your partner, or even being by yourself, that also qualifies. But it does not mean that you cannot have any skilled person present, like a doula or a birth keeper. The definition of an unassisted or free birth, both of them are pretty much the same thing, in my opinion. It's not having a licensed medical professional at the birth, meaning no doctor, no licensed midwife. And that's important to note because a licensed medical midwife or a licensed nurse midwife are very different from a traditional birth keeper, any type of birth keeper, essentially, traditional midwifery, all of the unlicensed workers that are working outside of the system, which is the direction I'm going. I have not begun assisting in births yet, but I will in the future. It does not mean a doula can't be present. A birth keeper is an unlicensed caretaker. The point of knowing the difference between a licensed medical professional and a traditional midwife or traditional birth keeper is the distinction is that when you are a licensed professional, you are under obligation of the state and their requirements and protocols when it comes to your attendance of a birth, meaning there are certain protocols you need to follow. When you are working outside of the system, you are not bound to those rules and regulations. And if we want to speak traditionally as women who have always been in community support for millennia, for all of human history, when it comes to birth, you have community. You have neighbors and friends and other mothers and family caretakers who come. Healers is a big one as well. Wise women of the community that come and support you, none of which were licensed or a doctor. Sometimes there were, but that has been a newer concept brought in, and it depends on cultures. It has varied over human history, the qualifications of people who have tended births. But birth, traditionally speaking, has been women's work, not doctors' work. It has been a ritual initiation, a non-medical ritual and initiation for the mother and the baby, women of attendance to help support the mother and the baby, bringing baby earthside and the transition of mother from maiden into motherhood. It is a very sacred initiation. It is not just about whether or not a doctor is present or a licensed midwife is present. It's putting so much stock on really insignificant factors of birth. As long as we keep fighting over the labels of what is what and what qualifies as what, and stop using free birth because your birth isn't really a free birth or whatever wants to be thrown around, it's stupid. You have your birth how you want. I encourage you to have people present with you to help support you, people who make you feel comfortable. To have even just a friend who is very knowledgeable, has had their own home births, and is a wonderful support for you is a great choice to make. I personally wouldn't tell every woman to birth by herself at home with just her and her partner. Some women are prepared and knowledgeable enough and skilled enough, maybe in their own healing knowledge and modalities and what they have in their home, to be prepared for that. But not everybody is. I don't know if I had a baby that I would even go that route. I possibly would, if I get certain things healed in my body so I feel comfortable about it. But yes, I probably would. But not everybody's comfortable with that. There are stages of being able to heal through and be embodied in your own being and confidence and trust in yourself and the process of birth to be able to birth at home, and then to even be able past that to have an unassisted free birth. It's not a competition. We're not comparing. It doesn't really matter the labels. It's what works for each woman. That's the important part of, that's really the factor that I advocate for, is a woman being the sovereign authority of her birth. That means she makes the decisions of how things will play out. She can make the decision if she wants a midwife or not. She can make the decision if she wants an OB. She can make the decision if she wants to be in a hospital, in a birth center, at home, in the woods, in the ocean. It doesn't matter. It's her choice. And it's her comfort level. No matter what your choices are, what you believe is ideal for women, the point is to help support every woman work through their own personal shadows to get into an embodied state to where they experience this initiation the way it's supposed to be. And there's not even a blueprint of how it's supposed to be, but it is meant to be. It is designed to be a very sacred transition for mom and baby. And the point made of moving out of hospitals is that hospitals disturb that sacred process. They just do. It doesn't mean that a hospital isn't necessary at very rare circumstances of birth emergencies, but the point is also that those should still be rare. Those should still be the exceptions. Except when our C-section rate's at 30 to 40%, that's not rare. There's something going on and we're not following our own wisdom. So, bye.